Today we are going to perform a real experiment. It has to do with the folded counterpoise. There has been a lot of debate about the folded counterpoise, and that's the reason why we're going to do this experiment. Here we have our reference vertical. It's a full-size vertical, and it's got two elevated radials, and we call this vertical PA3REF. This is the reference vertical. The proof of the pudding is in the eating. So I also built a folded counterpoise vertical. It has the same vertical length as the reference vertical. As I already said, there has been a lot of debate and discussion about the effectiveness of this counterpoise. And we call this vertical Papa Alpha 2 Foxtrot Charlie Papa. We have a third antenna, which is the deltaloop. It's a very good antenna, also on 40 meters, also beyond any doubt. And there's only one thing: I forced this antenna to 200 ohms, so you can match it with a 4:1 antenna. And we call this antenna Papa Alpha 1 Delta Echo Lima. We have to connect the feed line, but we'll do this later. What we are going to do is we are going to give CQ on 40 meters and use a reverse beacon network in order to determine signal to noise ratios and see how all three antennas perform. The antennas are around 20 meters separated, so the assumption is that they do not couple. We've got three antennas. Antenna number 1 is the deltaloop. Call sign of the deltaloop is Papa Alpha 1 Delta Echo Lima. Antenna number 2, it's the folded counterpoise. Call sign is Papa Alpha 2 Foxtrot Charlie Papa. And antenna number 3 is the reference vertical with the two elevated radials, and the call sign is Papa Alpha 3 Romeo Echo Foxtrot. What we are going to do is we're going to give CQ, and hopefully reverse beacon network is able to copy and detect our CQs, and also is able to ascertain our signal strengths. So let's do it. We start with the deltaloop. Now going 1 kilohertz lower and switch to the folded centerpoise. Well, let's do it here. And this is the reference vertical. It's a full-size vertical with two elevated radials. Output is around 200 watts. So now let's see what reverse beacon has received. Okay, we just gave CQ on 7018, that was the deltaloop, Papa Alpha 1 Delta Echo Lima. On 7017 was the folded centerpoise, Papa Alpha 2 Fox Charlie Papa. And on 716 and a half it was PA3 Romeo Echo Fox, which is a reference vertical. We gave CQ a little bit earlier but the take you just saw was around 1642 Zulu. Well, what you see is that around 6041, 6042 we were copied in Australia with the deltaloop, Papa Alpha 1 Delta Echo Lima, Victor Kilo 4 Charlie Tango around 14 dB SNR, and also VK3 JBL 8 dB SNR. And what you see is that around the same time, so let me see, that's 1637, yes, Victor Kilo 4 Charlie Tango also copied Papa Alpha 2 Fox Charlie Papa with the same signal to noise ratio. So, if we may believe the algorithm of the author of the reverse beacon network, VE3 November Echo Alpha, then there's no difference in signal to noise ratio between the deltaloop and the folded counterpoise. And what we see here is that during the time frame 1637, I've got no spots of the reference vertical other than Golf Whiskey 8 India Zulu Romeo. But apparently the reference vertical has not been copied in Australia. Of course, we need to perform a very detailed analysis on the data, and we will repeat this experiment a few times, so you also can look it up in the database. I asked another friend if I could borrow his spectrum analyzer, but he was not at home. So I have to do it with a very simple setup. It's just a simple VSWR meter with a field strength indicator. And I just put up a small vertical pole in the field. Oké, 5 seconden na nu.
Goed, dan beginnen we nu met ons antenne-experiment. Een vergelijking tussen de deltaloop, de FCP-antenne en de referentieantenne. We beginnen met de deltaloop. 250 watt carrier naar nu. 250 watt ongeveer een seconde of 5. We schakelen de boel weer uit en we gaan overschakelen naar de FCP-antenne. We gaan nu de carrier geven. Wederom 250 watt. Wederom een seconde of 5. Over op ontvangst. We schakelen om naar de referentieantenne. We maken nu de carrier. 250 watt. Wederom een seconde of 5. En we gaan nu weer over op ontvangst.
Oké, perfect. Dankjewel, Richard.
Cool.
I try to find a point where I'm just in the middle of the two antennas, and that point is here. We're at the tree, so we are now at approximately the same distance between the two antennas, and I presume that the street light is not resonant. Oké, Richard, kan jij weer proberen met de 3 antennes te doen, hetzelfde rondje zoals we dat op de andere plaats deden?
Ja, dat gaan we doen. Tweede meting, andere plek. Iets verder weg. En we beginnen zoals steeds beginnen we met de deltaloop. We gaan nu carrier geven. 250 watt voor een seconde of 5. Komt ie. Dus even kijken hoe hard dit is. Op de veldsterktemeter. Over op ontvangst. Schakelen op naar de FCP-antenne. Gaan we over op TX. 250 watt. En dan weer een seconde of 5. En we gaan weer naar ontvangst. Schakelen door naar de REF-antenne. Referentieantenne. Op TX. 5 seconden ongeveer. En dan gaan we weer op ontvangst. Ben benieuwd.